Right, good morning everybody and welcome back to another edition of Thai Talk with Dan, the channel where we share about all your real Thailand stories, about what you guys get involved with when you come over here to Thailand and you get involved with Thai women. Now today we have a story titled Mission Impossible, My Unconventional Thailand Love Story. So strap yourselves in for this one today. No AI, no BS, just real stories from real people. Let's begin with today's Thailand story. Hi Dan, I hope your son is doing well and can visit you many times. I've watched many of your horror stories about relationships abroad. If I'd seen them before my trip, I probably would not have even considered going to Thailand. But here is my unconventional story, one that is still unfolding, about a real woman who has proven herself so far.
No. I don't believe it. It's not possible.
Now, I'm a 40-year-old man from Eastern Europe, currently living in Germany. After my divorce 2 years ago, I took a solo trip to Thailand. At the time, I was still processing the end of my marriage. I had wanted children, but my ex-wife didn't, and we eventually separated after she started seeing someone else. Around that time, I began watching engaging travel videos about Thailand, which sparked my curiosity. So I booked the trip meant to be a solo holiday, but it turned into something else. So let's get straight to it. While I was there, I met a 33-year-old Thai woman who stood out to me for her sincere and warm personality. She fell in love with me first, and over time, I fell for her too. Since then, I have been to Thailand 8 times. We've travelled together a few times, although she's a government employee and only gets 10 vacation days per year. She introduced me to her colleagues, who are kind, welcoming, and fun. I even worked remotely from their office for a few days, and we attended various events together, like playing with water at the Songkran festival. Now, let me be realistic and give you some background. She was previously married to a Thai man, but they divorced after he moved in with another woman. She had long wanted a child, but they couldn't conceive. A few years later, she had a short relationship with an English teacher. After he returned to his home country, she discovered that she was pregnant. He didn't want the baby, but with her family's support and because she had wanted a child for so long, she decided to raise the baby on her own. Her daughter is now 3 years old. She knows me as her father, although our bond is still developing. The child lives with her Thai grandparents, and my girlfriend visits her every weekend and on public holidays. Now I know that many people would say I should run from this situation, but I've never felt that urge. What she has built between us is a genuine, loving relationship, grounded in honesty and passion. We talk every day, and after doing plenty of due diligence, I haven't found any red flags regarding her integrity. Of course, I realise I may be wearing rose-tinted glasses. She's human. She can be lazy about things like cooking, but she's hard-working when it comes to relationships and people. She also has impressive emotional intelligence and can see things clearly, which is rare in my experience. That said, she has blind spots too, which I may get into another time. She's already visited me in the EU, and we spent last Christmas with my family. As for the future, I've looked into how we might live together. I've let go of the idea that she should move to Germany. I'm not German, and living here on just my income would be tough for us. Plus, while she speaks English well enough for daily conversations, it's not enough for most jobs, and learning German would take years. We'd also have no family support here. Frankly, I fear she'd lose what makes her a great Thai woman if she were uprooted and placed in Europe. Now, each time I return to Europe after visiting Thailand, I reflect on everything. The pain from my divorce, how much I miss her, and how much I miss Thailand. But this year, I'm seeing things more clearly. Now, I want to say a big thanks to YouTubers like Dan, who've opened many men's eyes. My plan now is to keep my stable IT job in Europe and maintain this long-distance relationship for the long run. I want a family, and Thailand offers a more affordable and potentially more meaningful path than Europe. The alternative would be finding someone from my own country and settling down, but that feels less appealing. Now, I found a woman who checks many boxes, ones I've rarely seen checked before. I'm also realistic. I know the odds of making a relationship work long term are slim, even if the woman is wonderful. That's why I'm focusing on achieving financial freedom while maintaining and probably developing this relationship. Hence the title, Mission Impossible. The road ahead will not be easy, but I don't mind hard work if it brings me closer to the dream. Establishing an online income, keeping my good IT job for now, eventually living mostly in Thailand with a devoted wife and loving children, and visiting my family in Eastern Europe once or twice a year. Now, yes, I know it's just a dream and that it comes with many risks. That's why I'm sharing my ongoing story. I meant to send this months ago, but the story is constantly evolving. Maybe next time I'll go into more detail about the challenges we might face. In the meantime, feel free to share your 2 cents. Cheers, Robert. Guys, it's always dangerous when you get involved with a single mum, and especially a single mother over here in Thailand, and also this is a government worker. Now, we covered in a previous 3-part series on the channel from Justin, who sent in his story about what happened to him when he was married to a teacher, the amount of debt that they can get into, etc., etc. This woman was married previously to a Thai man, but couldn't have any children. And then she gets involved briefly with an English teacher who disappeared back home and left her with a child. So to me, that part of the story with the English teacher for me is a huge red flag. I mean, why did this guy disappear if this woman was so fantastic? Why did he leave her pregnant, never to be seen or heard of again? It's a strange one. Now, obviously, this woman is not only a government teacher, but she also has a half foreign baby and is single. And it's difficult to live in society with that kind of status, not only being a government teacher, but having a half foreign child and also being single. It doesn't really look good and people will gossip, unfortunately. That's just how things are here. So this woman has obviously put herself out there and found a guy that's willing to call the child his own and really commit to her, apart from not living with her. So it's all ominous for me, but I'd love to hear what you guys have to say down in the comments below. He did state also in his story that he does feel that they're both in love, and he did state as well about passion. And this is another red flag for me. If you find a woman that's extremely passionate, common sense will go out of the window, as we've seen so many times with all the stories that I've shared. The woman's always beautiful and always great in the old bedroom, and that seems to make guys' heads spin and do things that they wouldn't normally do. Now, he didn't state in his story if he's paying her a monthly salary. He didn't state how he's supporting her, but I'm presuming he will be, because I can't see a government teacher that's got a half foreign child being with a foreigner without that financial support. It's pretty much unheard of. But I could be wrong, and I would love to know more about this guy's story, because there's a lot of blanks that he needs to fill in. But let us know what you guys think, and especially what you think about dating single mums and the problems that can come with it, because there are quite a few, unfortunately, and this isn't to state anything bad about single mothers, but there can be a lot of issues, and it is difficult when that child isn't your biological child. And I don't know what communication, if any, that she has with the English teacher and what really went on within that relationship. Why did this guy abandon such a fantastic woman and leave her for dust, even though she's got his child? That's I don't know, that's a red flag for me. That's scary for me. And the woman's always going to protect her losing face, and she's going to tell you the story which benefits her, but it would be great to listen to what this English teacher had to say. But guys, I'm just spitballing here. I just want to hear what you guys have to say for this subscriber. But as long as he's not investing loads of money, and as long as he's not doing anything stupid, I do believe that if he wants to try with this woman, he should come over to Thailand and try living with her for a few months and see how things go. And there's also another thing within this guy's story before I wrap up today's video. So he states quite clearly that she really wanted a child, but that child lives with the grandparents and she just visits every weekend and on public holidays. And for me, that's a ginormous red flag. I understand she's got a government job, she's got a high profile job, but why the hell would you really want a child to allow the grandparents, her parents, to raise the child and just see your own child part-time? I understand it's difficult, I understand she probably needs to make money, etc. But guys, I don't want to say anything too bad. I'll leave it down to you guys in the comments. But for me, that's a monster of a red flag. And I get the financial aspect of it all, but she should have been a lot more careful. Anyway, if you want to share your own true Thailand story on the channel, or you're willing to have an interview, then please send me an email to thaitalkwithdan@gmail.com. Guys, I've got a load of emails and messages and stuff, and I'm going to try and get through them today. I've not responded to hardly anyone, and I've got a hell of a lot, guys, because I get emails and messages every day. I've got guys that want help privately, just with me, about the situation that they're in. I've got guys that want me to be a private detective to go and check to see if the bar girlfriend is cheating on them and stuff. It's insane, guys, what goes on when guys fall in love. Literally, common sense goes out of the window, and it's hard for me or you to make them wake up. They're not going to wake up. But just be glad that you don't have your own children with these women, because that's when it gets extremely complicated if you care about the child. But I won't go into that too much. But for most guys, 99.9%, most of these guys don't have their own children with these women. They just seem infatuated by the passion and how warm and sweet they are, the love bombing, as I call it, that they do with these men. And you don't really know a woman until you live with her every single day and you go through life's trials and tribulations with them. And then that woman will show who she really is, and you will also show who you really are, and that might not be a match. So always be aware of that. Apart from that, guys, look after yourselves, take care, don't be stupid with your money, and ciao for now. Bye-bye.